Howdy. In this short video, I'd like to introduce you to a place on the Valencia website where you can find better sources to comment on the story that you've written about for your writing assignment 2, that is, your assigned research paper story. Then you would find if you just searched on Google. Remember, we want to find critical sources that are written by authors who have special credibility, that is, markers like perhaps an academic degree, a PhD or master's in literature, or they've published in a serious literary journal, or they've written other works. As you know, if you just search online, you could get any person putting up their crazy ideas, and we want to get someone whose academic credentials help you. So to that end, we're going to assume you've already logged into Atlas, because I know you all know how to do that. And once we're on the main page in Atlas, we want to click on the Courses tab. I've already done for you here. And we're going to scroll down and click on Search the Library. Once we're in Search the Library, you could simply type your story title in here. We'll try to go ahead and say, Hills Like White Elephants, and do a search. But by doing this, you're searching all the book holdings of all the campuses at Valencia and all the online stuff. It can actually be a little bit overwhelming. For instance, I'm already getting collections that just have the story itself and so on. I would think to make things easier, click on Databases A through Z. This is going to bring you to online holdings of articles that appeared in print by credible authors that have been archived. There are 5 really good databases to use. One is Academic Search Complete. Another is JSTOR. And then 3 others start with the letters LIT. LitFinder, Literary Reference Center Plus, and Literature Criticism Online. It is probably worth searching for articles on your story in all 5 of those. But I'm quickly going to just take a look in Academic Search Complete, and I'll try again with Hills Like White Elephants. It's come up for me. That makes it easy. And you'll see, as it comes up automatically in my search, I've got 23 essays, all of which are going to fit those markers of credibility. Academic Search Complete wouldn't archive them if they weren't already good. This saves me some time from having to decide whether the article is good for my research paper. If you find it here, it's good. Now, I might not want to scroll all the way through 23 different articles, though. Not to give a spoiler, but if you've already read and written about Hills Like White Elephants, you know the operation they're talking about is an abortion. And let's say I'm writing about aspects of that abortion. I can add that as a search term, and now search. And it narrows it down to 5 essays. One thing that's nice about using the database as opposed to Google is you'll get what's called an abstract. That is, it will offer you a little summary of what the article is going to talk about. In this case, we see the abstract analyzes the resolution of the short story, Hills Like White Elephants, summation of majority opinion on the story, modifiers used to describe the understanding of the male character on abortion. So if I think that's a good article for me, great, then I can click on it. And I'll have to click on the PDF to read the article. I see the PDF here, so I can read the entire article, but I'm going to let you do that on your own. What's going to be important to us next is the idea that we can actually cite this article. Now, cite, C-I-T-E, refers to how you're going to show us in your Works Cited page where this article came from. Now, the nice thing is here they actually have a button that says cite, but they have lots of different formats. I'm going to pick MLA, that's what we use. And here you see, they're going to give an example of what the Works Cited entry for the story would look like. So first off, I'm thinking, great, I'm done. I just copy and paste this, right? Not so fast. One thing to know is this is still just a computer database trying to apply MLA rules to this particular article you found. But there are some errors I see already. For instance, we would not use all capital letters for a title of a story. We'd want to just capitalize the H, the L, the W, and the E. Second, this is the title of the story, and since titles of stories go inside single quotes, double quotes, I would need to have single quotes here since now that title is inside a longer title inside double quotes. Now you might wonder, how would I know this? Well, if I go back up to the top of my screen, I still have open the Courses tab, right back where we started with Search the Library. You'll see at the bottom there's a link here for MLA, APA, Chicago Style Guides, those being common examples. If I scroll down, under MLA, I see MLA Documentation of Electronic Sources. When I click on that, I'm going to see an alphabetical list of all the different databases that I could possibly see. And here's one for Academic Search Complete. So if I go to this, I can see an example of how I would cite it, and this is an academic journal article from an online source. So I'd have the author's last name first, the title of the article, in this case I need the single quotes though within it, the name of the journal, and so on. Otherwise, it seems like the citation they gave you was pretty good, but I know that rules say that if I have a title within a title, I use single quotes. So if I go back to my citation here, I'll at least note to myself that I want to not ever use all caps for my title, even though they did, and I want to use single quotes for a title within a title. Otherwise, it correctly uses the hanging indentation, that is, every line except the first is indented 5 spaces. If it went to a third line, it would still be indented, and it looks a lot like the example presented here. So there's always going to be slight variations, and you just need to kind of play around with those citations to find the ones that you need. But I'm happy to help you, as is a writing center on any given campus. So I hope this is helpful, and I wish you good luck in finding good sources for your research paper.